Hey, good afternoon, traders, and welcome back to the channel. I know it has been 2 weeks since I last posted an update, but for good reason. I was moving, so it's been crazy. It's been chaos, but here I am. I'm back to bring you guys the latest action and some unbelievable stock analysis that is going to help each and every one of you make a lot of money. So stay tuned for those, but first, let's start off with Navitas Semiconductors. Ticker symbol is NVTS. They just signed and inked a deal with NVIDIA. It was announced yesterday. As you can see yesterday, I'm going to go to the 24-hour chart because it had a massive move yesterday on huge volume. And you can see where that closed out on the 24-hour. If we look at today on the daily, you can see what happened here was we gapped. Some interesting things to note. We back tested and are forming this hammer candle on really good volume. I think this is going much higher, and I'm going to walk you through the technicals and explain exactly why I think so. So let's start out on the zoomed out time frame because I want to show you what I thought was forming, which was going to be a inverse head and shoulders. You were going to have this left shoulder, you were going to have this head, and then you were potentially going to form this right shoulder. But what happened was we gapped up today, and what's super interesting is we back tested that breakout. You can see by virtue of that yellow line, right? You have this top here, you have that resistance line where we had this level of resistance, this pivot top high, came down with a head, and then we were going to get more consolidation. But that's going to happen anymore, and I'm going to walk you through why. So we have this, you can see this massive, basically bull flag, right? You had this mini bull flag, we broke out, but you've had all this consolidation. So I'm going to remove this from the charts, and I'm going to show you what we see here, right? You have this, draw this on, you have this right here, and you have this right here for the lower range. So all of this is bullish consolidation, right? But you can see on that news, we broke out of it decisively. And then we had our move today, which is still forming. We're at $13.18 and as we were actively trading. So what I'm looking for here is a couple of things. One, I want to see how today closes, right? Today, if we close at the highs, I do think we're going to confirm above this yellow line, which is going to give us an unbelievable upside target. Hang around to the end and I'm going to walk you through that. But by virtue of just this breakout of this bull flag, I want to measure this and take you guys through where I think the immediate target is and I'm going to measure from the top here because that's the true range of this bull flag. So what you do is you take it from this area here, and that gives us a target of about $16.39 off this bull flag. So I think we test that. I think we get there. That's enough 3-point move to the upside. And then from there, I think we're going to consolidate. But first things first, what we're going to want to see is we're going to want to see a close above today's closing candle. So let's assume, right, for sake of this video, because I'm filming it intraday, let's say it closes at $13.50. Tomorrow, what we're going to want to see is we're going to want to see a confirming candle close above that. If that confirms, then what's nice about this is it gives us a tradable area here at the $11 mark. Why? Because that is the point of the breakout. It's also a point of this first initial back test. That's why I want to show you guys on this 24-hour chart, because on the 24-hour chart, what we've already done is we've already back tested this breakout. But what I want to see is I want to see another, that confirming candle, and then another move to back test this. So it's possible to see some bullish consolidation, and then we make that move to 16, or we back test it, you get more of a larger range, you get down back to $11, say the market sells a little bit, and we get a back test there. So if you're not already in the name, this is where I would suggest I would wait for the retrace to this $11 range, somewhere down in this lower range, a secondary retest of this yellow line. Right? The way to enter this trade is on a breakout or a back test here. Right? You might get something like that, where you might get a secondary test. So just be patient, wait for that. And if you want to get super aggressive and you want to play this to the upside, obviously you can enter here, but definitely not the best area. So wait for that retrace. Will it get there? Because of what happened today when this forming this hammer candle, especially if we close at the highs. So there's a couple different ways to evaluate this, but the key thing here is this breakout, and then you have a confirmed move above this line. So say things get a little hairy, market sells off, you could even get a retest of this $9.30 range. So and it might be a wick. I might get right back in here, but just be cognizant of that as a potential. So let's say this fails. Let's say this breakout fails, it doesn't hold, it gets back down in here. But then potentially we might form that right shoulder. But for now, it doesn't look like that's going to happen. It looks like this is going to move higher from here, and we might get that explosive move. That first target is going to be that 1630 area. After that, depending on how we grind, we could do some. This would be the secondary target at 1783. Your third target would be right about up here at the $20 mark. And then your fourth target would be, obviously, would be your previous all-time high there at 22.19. So those are the levels. That's how I'm seeing it. If you like the analysis today, show me some love. Hit that like button. Comment below. Let me know what you guys think. If you're already in the name, if you're going to buy it, you're going to wait for that retrace. But yeah, those are the ways to play it. That's the levels of the upside. And then I'll remind everyone, no financial advice here given, only for educational purposes and to show you what I'm doing in my own trading portfolio. Okay, there you have it, guys. I'll see you on the next one. And I'm going to bring a bunch of these to you this week. I'm back in the swing of things. I moved into my house, and I'm ready to rock. Let's make a lot of money. Peace and love. Take care.